So Leroy, tell me a little bit about you. Where are you from? How are we friends?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm originally from Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, man. So I grew up in North Louisiana. Got a scholarship to come to Tulane University.
Yeah.
After I got down here, finished up school, went off to some sales stuff, and then decided I wanted to come back home. And so when coming back home, I was fortunate enough to connect with some old college friends, and we were able to. I was hired as the OHUB Ecosystem Development Lead.
Right.
And so I think how we know each other is I think when I first got here in this ecosystem, the number one thing was to meet all of our, what I call my OGs, all the people who've been doing the work before I got here.
Yep.
And we stumbled across Operation Spark, man, and it's been an awesome relationship.
Yes.
Just having the opportunity to come out and see your graduations and participate in the hackathon that you guys had. So yeah, it's been fun.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And Johnny, you've been now working at UpSpark. We've known each other a long time, and you've been here now 3 years.
Since March 2022.
Okay, so
Two and a half, yeah.
Yeah. But you're from down here, kinda.
I was raised in New Orleans since before my third birthday.
Yeah.
I was born in Southern California, though, in Los Angeles. So
Okay, yeah.
I was born out there, but I've been adopted fully. I call myself a local, but not a native.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in New Orleans on the West Bank, Algiers, Harvey, shout out. Went to Ben Franklin for high school. Yeah, we met each other originally back in 2015.
Yep.
In the winter of 2015, I found Operation Spark from a Google search.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking for somewhere to learn how to really speak the language of technology because I'd been stifled in my attempts to communicate with developers up to that point, and then ended up falling in love with coding myself.
Yeah. And you've been coming back, helping out all this time.
Absolutely, yeah. I went from student to volunteer to donor to employee, and there hasn't been a break of that continuity of being around.
No. And you're a good friend. So you've been a good friend to me and to UpSpark over that time. So, and now, what do you do over here at UpSpark?
At this time, I am the operations coordinator. My primary student-facing roles are actually prepping the graduates for this showcase and leading the job hunt, coaching for their career counseling, so to speak. Outside of that, I also work in the backside of the program, helping with partnerships, new and old, helping with just, making things happen. As a matter of fact, I sent off an email today to some hopeful new friends from Junior Achievement.
Yes, yeah. Kevin, was it Kevin over there?
No, it was two young ladies that I was given some information on, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, awesome. But now you're participating in the OHUB thing, huh?
Yeah, I was actually participating in OHUB as a founder with a climate tech and a blue tech startup. And, Leroy, he plucked me out of obscurity. I was not actively working on that, but then he heard about it and was like, I need you in my incubator.
Yeah.
And, it's totally changed the course of my life because quite honestly, there was a lot I didn't realize goes into being an entrepreneur that I was ignorant of, and now I'm starting to see the fuller picture. A lot more respect for what people like you have done in building businesses that have lasted, to be quite honest.
Yeah. Leroy, tell us a little bit about OHUB and the program, because it's pretty cool, and I know it works in phases, and you've got a lot of teams involved, a lot of startups.
Yeah. So what we initially do, like let's think about where we are right now. We're about to start our cohort 3. Johnny just finished cohort 2, so he just got off stage.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll go through a process of getting folks enrolled, and August 27th is the deadline for enrollment for this next cohort.
Yeah.
And after they get in there, we'll do training for about 10 weeks, and then after that, those guys have the opportunity to put their pictures together.
Yep.
And after they put their pictures together, they will go before a little panel. We'll pick our top 5, and then we have the actual on-stage presentation after we get the top 5.
That's super
Yeah,
cool.
I must say, the mentors and the instructors are all world class.
Nice.
You know, it was an amazing learning experience being a part of the first 2 cohorts.
Yeah, and so is this the first year you're running it down here in Louisiana, OHUB? Because they're from out of Atlanta, huh?
The OHUB was originally out of Atlanta and was part of the big the tech coding space when they first was doing it back in like 2010, 2009.
Yep.
So that's when OHUB got its start. And now, yes, this is our second year actually. So this will be our 3rd cohort. We funded 5 individuals last year up to 275.
Nice.
And I think this year we've done another 75,000.
Very cool.
So we're up to $355,000 in funding new energy companies.
Yeah.
But I think that, like, I think I told this to Johnny too, the way I mark our success is great for those folks that get on stage to get cash prizes and different things like that. But I try to make sure if you're in our top 5 and you're our founders, we're going to constantly work with you and try to get you in front of the people that you need to get in front of.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. And so, where can people learn more about OHUB in general?
We're all over social media. So you know, you're talking about if you're just looking for OHUB, information.
Yeah.
If you Google OHUB Climate Tech Bootcamp, you also get a link probably to our website as well to our because the web address is kind of long. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
But if you just Google OHUB Climate Tech Bootcamp, it'll take you right to our type form. You can get signed up.
Awesome sauce. Okay. And so, Johnny, you're MC in the show tonight. You've been working with the grads today and yesterday and all this week, right, to help them shape their presentations. Just tell us a little bit about what they have to do tonight, what they've been working on, what are they showing off, and how do you go about coaching them through the cycle?
Sure. There's 3 teams tonight. They have all built web applications from scratch.
Now, these are OpSpark grads, yeah.
All of them are Operation Spark graduates. We have 9 folks graduating tonight and 3 teams. You know, essentially, they spend the final month or so of their time with us building these applications from scratch, which is a culmination of all the technologies that they've learned up to that point, and then new technologies that they want to explore to add to their applications. My role in that situation is to help them sort of remove themselves from I'm the creator of the application to I'm the storyteller of this world that has been created. And we attempt to inject some narrative so that it's not simply a product demonstration, right? And the way that we go about doing that is a series of both virtual and in-person coaching sessions where they actually go through their presentations, receive feedback, and reiterate their work.
Yeah, I'm watching you do the sessions here with them. You're giving them feedback as you go along through the pitch sessions with them. You know, sometimes it's timing, but sometimes it's around the narrative, the storytelling that goes on. Leroy, how much do you think that kind of stuff when you're presenting that pitch, how important is a pitch when you're presenting as a founder? You're trying to get your product out there. You want someone to invest in you. What's that like?
I think the pitch is huge. And one of the things that Johnny brings up, I think is really smart too, man, is that you're telling a story about the world that you created. So being able to get your thoughts organized and talk about the dollars and cents of your project, the impact that it's going to have, but also weaving in the story of how you came about this idea and the people that it's going to impact and why it's going to have be a massive benefit to the community. So that pitch. And then the storytelling mixed with the pitch, huge part of being on stage and trying to get funding for your product.
Yeah. So what advice would you both have for people starting out? Like they have a product, they've got their hands dirty, they've rolled up their sleeves, they got a product, they're ready to take it to the next level. How do they go about it? Is a program like OHUB the best way to connect with people these days?
I think right now we are. And in all fairness, though, there are several incubators. In the city. Propeller does a great job. Fund 17 does a great job. The Idea Village does a great job as well. So there's multiple incubators in the city. Now, for me, I think that the first thing I would do is get a book, something like Startup Trajectory, that's out there by Dave Parker.
Okay, Startup Trajectory.
And I think that because the number one thing he's going to tell you is, have you spoken to a customer? Understanding that customer that you think this is a great idea for, make sure you have people that you've spoken to that you know are interested in your project.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, it's one of the main things we harp on helping folks develop that narrative is what is the problem that this app is solving and how does it go about solving it. Ultimately, what we're trying to understand, and this is important for anyone building anything, what's your why? Why are you committing so much time to making this thing exist that does not exist? And if you can't articulate that, it'll be very difficult to get people on board.
Awesome.
But one thing I would like to throw in there, though, if you have a cool project, even if you're in ideation phase, this ecosystem, be it if they need to come and spend some time with you or work with some of your software developers, I know that this ecosystem is probably one of the most nurturing, organisms that we actually put together. I think they've done a great job.
That I agree with.
Yeah, man. So even if they're in the very beginning stages, I would say don't be intimidated. Get your information to somebody who can help you get plugged in, and we'll work with you.
That's a great point. I would say also, just go to entrepreneur meetups and talk to other people that are going for it.
Awesome, gents. Okay, I appreciate you both spending some time with us over here in this little corner. And I think we're about showtime soon, too. So we're going to get ready to roll at the Operation Spark showcase here tonight.
Thank you, John.
Appreciate you,
Thanks,
OG.
Leroy. Thanks, Johnny.